to tell him that in the hellos.
Just so you know, John Patrick Jr., I am awake, and welcome to Panfish Nation. Along with Mark, I'm Lyle. Mark, we're going to have some fun tonight, talk about some different things, and it's been a trying week around here.
It sure has for everybody. Avid too. Make sure you get out there and help him get that number right back up to that 1K. Holy smokes.
Absolutely.
Chad with his problems getting monetized. I mean, there's some channels right there that have been a staple in the catfish community. We need to make sure we do what we can or what we can possibly do to get them to where they want. You know, people, we do this because we love to, but it's always nice to get paid for what you love to do. And if anybody says that they don't want to help cover some of their costs, at least they're kidding. So help them out any way you can.
That's right. That's just like the StreamYard program. It's not free.
It's not.
It costs some money. So if you can get enough to pay for that a month or the shipping on stuff that you give away, and a lot of the stuff that's given away on these channels, not all of them, some of them have people that sponsor stuff and give it to them, but a lot of these guys buy it themselves and then give it away.
Absolutely.
It just helps. Every little bit helps. So
shipping does add up really, really quick. It sure does.
Shipping just keeps going up too, Mark.
It doesn't stop either. It's crazy.
No.
So make sure we help each other out and look out for each other. If you like the programming and stuff, there's nothing wrong with making those donations and stuff. I know a lot of creators out there are pretty shy about asking for them, and I can definitely understand that it can be viewed badly. But me and the wife went out to dinner today in the big city, and it was just like not even dinner; it was lunch. 2 burgers, 2 fries, and 2 shakes cost us $40. It was crazy. Everything's getting nuts out there.
Oh, that is.
So, yeah, and we appreciate everybody this holiday season as well. And I want to say happy birthday to Chad yet once again. And it must be nice to have a sugar mama like D in that house. Did you see what she gave him?
He's a lucky man, isn't he?
I definitely have sonar envy.
Those 2 are over the top. He buys her a car. She buys him a new sonar unit. Cindy and I take each other out for dinner,
My wife is like, so what do you want for your birthday? Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Cindy says, what do you want for your birthday? I said, oh, you can eat shrimp. $17 and I'm home free.
What did Chad say here? He says, at your age, Mark, we get it. Pink dinner at lunchtime for the rest of us. Listen here, Mr. 40-year-old old man Chad. Oh, Ranger Pete, that's a new name here. He says, when I send out 1 pack of Senkos, it costs $5. Gets priced quickly. You're not kidding. Nice. I use those rig wraps. They used to be the Rapala rig wraps, not those rig wraps, but the ripping wraps. They used to be like about $3.50 a piece. Now I was looking at some new ones for ice season. They're up to $10, Lyle. And those baits.
I got to tell you a story, Mark. You're going to love this. Cindy checks sales on everything all the time.
Good for her.
Yeah, she's very, very thrifty. She hollers at me and she said, there's a notice that Walmart has everything or has stuff in the fishing department on clearance. Would you like to go over there with me? Yes, please. Yes. And you know what we ended up getting? Some tie ropes for the boat to tie up when you dock it. We got a couple of those, and she has been on me forever because of my shoulders about learning to throw a cast net, and I don't want her to do it because I don't want her to get it in the trolling motor on a rod holder or something and her end up in the water. But they had a 4-foot one on sale.
Perfect.
We picked that baby up for $10 today, so she's against my better judgment. She's going to learn to throw a cast net. I would much rather her learn to back the boat on and off the trailer. I would much rather that happen.
I'm going to Walmart tomorrow morning.
Oh, yeah.
I am definitely going to be between Walmart and we got Blaine's Farm and Fleet out here. Those are my fishing supply places pretty much for my daily stuff. They sell a lot of stuff real quick. If I'm looking especially for ice fishing stuff over at Blaine's Farm and Fleet, they have that stuff for like the best prices. It makes you wonder how these other places or why these other places are charging what they do. So I understand how Walmart can do it, but I have no idea how Farm and Fleet does it, but I'm glad they do. So
yeah, I'm guessing that James Dockery, if he's not watching us tonight, he's probably at Walmart.
Didn't he get a part-time job as a greeter?
No, I think they fired him.
Understandable. What do you say? I say hello to everybody, Lyle.
Why don't you do that?
I know Betty's listening at home. What's up, Sister Betty? How you doing? I see Avid Fisherman in the house. Like I said, I see people sharing his link out, especially Chad. I think Chad and Avid kissed and made up because they're being nice to one another tonight. Maybe it's the holiday season. There's Big Bill's veteran catfishing. Maybe somebody wants to sell out Big Bill's link. He was saying he needs some subscriber. There's the great Miss Cindy Stokes. How you doing, Cindy? I see Skip over at Clearview Outdoors. What's going on, Skip? How you doing, bud? Hope everything's well. There's Creole Catfishing. You know, Creole's going to get my vote for the Golden Whiskers for intro of the year. I just wanted everybody to know that and maybe plant that idea in everybody's head. How you doing, Creole? There's Dale Hayslip. What's up, buddy? The great Eric Massey Jig Company. Order some jigs from him. Order some jigs from Kim Burnett. They're probably the ones that are the best. Eric's been tying some new ones. I've been watching him tie them on both YouTube and TikTok, and some pretty cool stuff. I like those big oversized heads that he's using on those jigs. So he may get a call from me before soon. There's Fishing Freedom. Dale Hayslip, if I missed you, I want to say hello again. I think you might have just popped in here. There's Fishing with Squirrel. What's going on, Squirrel? How you doing, bud? A longtime supporter of all the shows. There's Chad. What's going on, brother? Happy birthday once again. Fishing with JBT. How you doing? Freddie's Outdoor Adventures. Freddie, you should have took the money and run. That's a brand new Abu Pro rocket, my friend.
That's right.
You could have got probably a Pro rocket on sale and a couple of packs of hooks with that $220. But hey, that money went to Chad. I donated what I was going to give you over to Chad's channel, so it worked out for the best. I see Get Hooked on D Fishing. There's the sugar mama herself. What's going on, D? How you doing, dear? I mean that in the nicest way. There's Michelle from It's All Mine. What's going on, Michelle? Check out her channel. She's got some good cooking videos with her own style. I really like it, and I'd like to eat some of that someday. Hopefully we'll get that done. There's James Alba. What's going on, James? James Kirkpatrick, which I had on my show, the Catfish and Crappie show last Monday. It was fun to have him and Lizabella on there. It was a good time. They were great guests. I'm still hearing how much people enjoyed me having them on there. So thank you for being a part of the show. There's Kevin Baker, Nuts and Bolts Fishing. LG Bass in the house. What's up, LG? Good show last night. Mike Irvin, what's up, buddy? There's my buddy Mo Creek Fishing that likes to spread I hear he's been sending people jig tying stuff.
I heard that he's got a hell of an order to make with Woods and Water, but I don't know that for sure. He sent me some pictures a while ago of some deer he took. The guy's a camera whiz, and the images of those deer was awesome.
Oh, and Rob, I am getting a little better with pictures on my new camera, so I watched a bunch of videos. Hopefully that'll work out. Also, thanks for pointing me to Miss Christina Dunnigan. She's a pro. She's helping me out. So maybe I should have said that live. Mike Irvin, I said hello. There's Mo. There's Muskrat Adventures. What's up, Roger? There's Kevin over at Palmetto Cats, who's having the tournament, the Walmart bait tournament coming up. Good luck with that, Kevin. I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun. There's Parker Pursuits. What's up, Parker? How you doing? That guy's a madman on the Mississippi River and that Lake Baldwin, which Chad so quickly excluded them Missouri boys out of the Winter Blues tournament. He's been getting a lot of flack for that. There's Sean Abney in the house. What's up, Sean? Twisted Fishing TV. What's up, Frank? And Matt Want to Be Outdoors, who thinks I've been awfully mean and leaving the little people behind. He's full of malarkey. I don't know what he's talking about.
I got to tell you, I was still thinking about the time that we met Matt and he won that rod rack.
What do you have, a mouse in your pocket, Lyle?
No, Cindy and I.
Oh, Cindy and you. Okay.
Yeah,
just want to make sure. And I like using that term. My dad must have used, what do you got, a mouse in your pocket ever since I was a little kid? So
Matt was such a swell guy that we met him down there and had the greatest visit with him, ate dinner, and he got his rod rack and took off. And what a heck of a guy he is. He's just a super nice guy.
I saw a comment here earlier that said Chad ought to be able to see a fish change its mind with that 12-inch screen.
That's a fact.
I am so jealous. That's the only thing. That's the only reason why I keep bringing it up. Good for you, bud.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a Garmin guy, but if somebody bought me one, I could figure it out.
Well, we all have faults, Lyle.
I know. Mike Greenwell, James Albaugh, Dave Smith, Avid, Fishing with the Cause.
Hey, what's going on, Kaz? How you doing?
I know you. But says he's still thinking of the catfish we had. It was really good. I learned a long time ago, Mark, that if you eat at a truck stop that has a lot of trucks at it or consistently has a lot of trucks at it, them guys stop there for a reason. It ain't just for fuel.
I always heard that if you eat at a truck stop, you'll be stopping at the next one.
I haven't had that issue, but it could be. Maurice Kaysen.
What's up, Maurice?
We are so glad to see you in here tonight. Mike Greenwell.
Chris Usleton.
Mike Chavez is in here. I know he'll be walking in. J-Dog gone fishing.
J-Dog's another one that broke my heart. He used to text me all the time, and now he's forgotten about me. He's gotten all popular and big. Started out, didn't want to get on the.
That's because his wife catches all them giant fish.
Oh, no kidding.
Tim Molina. I don't know how many. Joe Buck 66. I think you got most of all these. But
Papa Ed in the house.
LG Bass. I know you said this one, but hello, D. We're glad you're in here. James Kirkpatrick. Oh, man. I know Mike Chavez will be walking into work here pretty soon. I think he's got a pretty long walk when he goes in.
I think he leaves so he can listen to these and watch these shows in the parking lot before he heads in.
I think he does. Oh, man, I seen he was cooking up something on TikTok. I went in there to see what you had posted, and before I got out, I seen something that he had posted, and man, his stuff makes me so hungry.
Is he on there? I'm gonna go follow him right now if he is.
Yeah, he is. Keith Smart says, not true. Some truck stops are good food. I've been a trucker for over 40 years. I agree, Keith. If there's one that's got a lot of trucks at it, it's probably a good place to eat.
At Mike Chavez, 1957 on TikTok. I already had him. Sorry, Mike. I thought I missed it.
1957. That's a great year.
Great year for Chevys. Not too many great years. Did I say that out loud?
SK's Crappie Catching Adventures, Pontoon, Jody, Reel, and Virtual Outdoors. Fishing and Freedom, one of my favorite. That is the coolest name, man. It just is awesome. So, Mark, we really didn't have a guest tonight, and we do have some guests coming up that's going to be pretty cool. In the meantime, what do you say we talk about live bait, plastics, hand ties, all kinds of bait for the little fish we catch?
I don't catch, well, okay, maybe. I'm like, am I gonna push it? These people in chat know me too well. I'll catch a lot of little ones. I ain't even gonna lie.
I catch a lot of bluegill, and they're not all giants. Some of them are fairly small, but I enjoy them just as much. I like drop shot. Whether I'm using hand ties or plastic, we drop shot with a gold Aberdeen hook sometimes with just a piece of worm on it, and you can usually do really well with that. I started buying drop shot weights, but the smallest drop shot weight you can get that I found anyhow is 1/8, and it's got the little deal that hooks on the line for drop shotting. It just drop shot, and I just cut them in half. There's a little tip for you, and that makes it a 1/16 ounce, and you can bounce that along the bottom. And of course, I use two jigs, one about a foot up and one about a foot above that, and you can drop shot and bounce them right along there. And if nothing else, you can suspend that drop shot rig underneath a bobber also.
You can.
Yep.
That's one good way of doing it. I fish for catfish like that in a heavy cover. I'll do like a drop shot and a float rig and just leave the float up there to try and keep that line straight and that fish struggling. There's no reason why that wouldn't work with a red worm and some Aberdeen hooks as well. You know, right. A lot of people, like all of us, we start out using night crawlers, but I pretty much exclusively use when I'm bait fishing, which is when I need to get a lot of fish fast, right? Because you want to get out on the big water and you want to get after the bigger fish, especially if that's, if that's what the plan is. You can't beat a red wiggler, Lyle. You really can't.
I don't know. I'm a night crawler kind of guy.
It could be location too.
And some of it is, and some of it's just what you have confidence in, Mark.
That's true.
I believe that's as much of the equation as anything. If you think them red wigglers are the ticket, you're going to use them, and you're probably going to have success. And it doesn't just fall with worms. It's with hand ties. If you got a certain color that you believe in, with me, it's chartreuse and black. I mean, I don't care what the water conditions are. That works, seems like. So I'm always going to have one of them handy.
Well, you'll talk to, you can talk to SK on one hand and talk to Kim, the very next minute. And SK will swear by those crappie nibbles, which I'm a fan of. Yep. And Kim Burnett says, no, I don't need them.
He don't use them.
It doesn't use them.
And they both catch the fire out of fish.
So. They sure do. Hey, there's Ryan. What's going on? Setting hooks and crossing eyes.
Good to have you in here.
I see Ryan B. Catfishing
in here. Yep. J-Dog, yeah.
Thank you, Brian. Crappie Day Fish On. What's going on? How you doing, bud?
I can tell Mark is Chad's brother. Neither one wants me on their show, but Papa Lyle did.
I'll tell you what, J-Dog, you got a good internet connection. I'll have you on my show. I need all of you, buddy. I'll be more than happy to have you on there if you start texting me again. Right now, my feelings are a little hurt, Lyle.
Crappie Day Fish On says, I live where Lyle does. I will take the red wiggler. All right.
There we go. Oh, and look at this.
Maybe I need to give him another shot.
This, I had to highlight this one. Somebody shot that for Kim. We'll send it over to him. Oh, I did see Super Dave was in here, 336 earlier too. If you're back there listening in the background, Dave, welcome.
Parker says, Lyle, man, after my heart, I love chartreuse and black. Yeah, me too. I'm a big fan. I've got one that I tied that Mark and I and Chad and Dockery and Betty Jean was all visiting one night, and she described one to me, a color of a bait, and I tied a jig like that while we was all visiting. And today, that's still one of my favorites. She just explained to me how it needed to be, and I tied it up like she said. And it's like a fire tiger, and it's gorgeous, and it works. We've caught a lot of stuff on them. Cindy and I have this year, and it's one of my favorites. I need to do a video on that and get it out because I really do like that.
I think you should. I think you called it Betty Tiger, didn't you?
Something I don't remember now. It's been a while. Eric Massey says, I don't go without crappie nibbles pink.
Pink. There's a polarizing color, at least for me, when it comes to crappies. Yeah. I have had a nightmare of a time catching them on pink at one spot that I fish quite a bit. For some reason, they don't like pink. It's gin clear water. I have no idea what it is. But then I'd ordered some jigs from Kim Burnett. He sent me some jigs, I should say, and one of them was like an orange and a pink mixed together, and I was slaying them on the channel leaks with that thing. They wouldn't bite anything else. I had a double hook rig on there. One of them was chartreuse, pure chartreuse with like a white head, a little shorty jig with maybe a number 8 hook on there, and another one was that other pink and orange and white hand tied that he sent me, and that one got 90% of the fish. So I don't know what to think about pink.
I was watching SK last night, and they was talking about how at times gold is a hot color.
Gold's a hot color up here through the ice. Gold and red. Early ice season, that's the way to do it. Small gold, like a 5 millimeter, a 3 millimeter ice jig, which you're usually tungsten, and they're a fortune, like $5 a jig, Lyle. $4 a jig. With a little red piece of plastic, they it kind of mimics the little I forget what the bugs are called or the worms are called that come out of the water early in the season. And man, I've switched over to using those from using other go-to baits, and you can see them just rocket up on the flasher. Wow. Pretty crazy stuff.
Mark Anthony, I'm so glad you like that rod. I hope that you enjoy it. I know that you had said you might put it on the wall or you might use it. It doesn't matter what you do with it, as long as you are happy with it. I am happy, and congratulations for winning it. And for everybody that don't know, when we get to 1,000 subscribers on Panfish Nation, we'll be giving away a Krampus Kanes. So if you want one of them, tell your friends to subscribe, because that's how you get a free one. I'm glad he likes that.
Kelly, you're a little slow. I saw Creole already posted bacon emojis before we even started the show. So. Welcome to Bacon Nation.
Heck yeah, man.
Oh, sorry, Lyle. We both got control.
Oh, did we? I didn't see you do that.
There you go, bud. That's what you had it on.
We'll have to we're going to get better at this as we go along. We fixed this to where Mark and I can both click on these, because anybody that does these StreamYard things, one guy is usually in control and everybody else don't have anything to do with. We've got it fixed to where he can do the same things that I can do, which is good because you don't see everything.
And I'm like that little kid that can't help not pressing buttons. If I see a button that says press me, I got to press it. So
I hear you. But it works out really well, and we just got to I have to pay more attention to what he's doing.
We'll figure it out. We always do, bud.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what did Alan say? I missed that one. I'll go back to him. See, there we go. He says, pink, red, and purple are my go-to colors in the winter for panfish.
Cool.
Confidence right there.
That's right. That's right.
Mo Creek says the same thing. Pink and white are my go-tos.
Matt says, Mark, I'm the same. I've been using pink with no luck. I've been using the tungsten micros like ice jigs, the 5 millimeter with white plastics or blue ice. Speaking of plastics, I got this from Jake's Jigs. Now, I've added to this. I have a Crappie Man pack of little tadpoles in here, and I have some other stuff that I got and had for a long time, like the glow benny tails and some cream baits. But I got this set up, and I don't use many plastic. I mostly use hand ties. Can you see that, Mark?
You can always send them to me. I can see that. Hold on. Let me give you the solo layout here, because I can do that now. Look at that, everybody.
But he sent me these, and I'm thrilled with them. I'm going to be giving these a try. And, Cindy and I may go out one day, and one of us use plastics and one of us use hand ties, and see which one works the best. The action of these, in my opinion, are amazing. But this one here, this is the Crappie Man. It's real small. I think the action on it is just over the top.
They're pretty good, pretty supple in that. Yeah. And I want to remind you again, when these people message you for your shipping address, you can give them mine as well. Tell them you have a co-host. I'd appreciate it.
I got another box of these plastics from somebody the other day. but I'm not sure if I got them in here now. Sorry, I keep hitting the microphone. That from Jigs is a really nice one. I do know that Show Me Baits has a bunch of stuff on sale right now, a bunch of plastic stuff on sale. And I won one of, if I can find it, I might have an addiction.
You got those from over at Limits, right? Those boxes. Those are so cool.
I don't have the other box in here. I have another box that I won on Miss Bacon's. He got some new ones in. He was talking about last night, so I'm going to have to ask.
Bigger ones, because I could use bigger ones.
3600s. Just send Steve a message and tell him you want in on it when they come in, and he'll hold them for you.
Thanks for spending our money again.
Hey, I'll help you out any way I can.
Frank over at Twisted Fishing TV says, I use live bait and plastics. I have like 2 jigs. Rigging depends on location and attitude of the fish. I've been using ice jigs for panfish and open water for a long time.
I gotta ask you a question now, Mark. You know a little more about this than I do because, pardon me, I don't do no ice fishing. But I've noticed that the ice fishing jigs and the plastics and stuff that they use are teeny tiny. Now, my good buddy James Dockery keeps telling me when I'm building jigs that I need to downsize them and make them smaller. And I'm thinking if I'm going to do that, I might as well get the ice jig plastics, put them on a 132nd, 164th jig head. Am I thinking in the right direction?
I think so. I'm going to send you a link after the show of a gentleman that I became friends with on Facebook that Luke Henges pointed me in the right direction. That paints some really, really, really nice looking ice jigs. You seen those?
Yeah,
those are pretty nice. If I didn't have I'm so loaded up with those ice jigs. I've spent a lot of money on them. It adds up quick. I mean, I had one order where it was like $250 worth of ice jigs, and you don't get as many as you'd think for $250, but I got them. And I don't ice fish enough to go through them that fast. But yeah, I've hooked into like larger bass and pike and stuff with those little tiny hooks. They're like 8s to 12s on some of them. And they hold on in the winter for some reason. I don't know if it has to do with the cold and what it does to their flesh. I don't know. People will swear that cold water makes the fish taste better. I seem to agree. Only fish I might not agree with that is channel cats. I don't really see that much of a difference.
I don't in channel cats. Blues I do.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, I got some 1/80th ounce jigs, and they're teeny tiny. But the fall rate on them is so slow. I take a nap before it gets down to the bottom.
Well, that's how come tungstens are nice. You get a 5 millimeter and they fall. They go straight to the bottom. Also,
and that's talking about that. Yeah.
I got some jigging spoons from Howard over at Shama Lures that I plan on using this winter. He sent them to me over the summer with some white bass jigs. Nice stuff. Really, really nice stuff. I appreciate you if you happen to be in there listening. Sometimes he does. Did you read Creole's comment?
Yeah,
okay.
I did. I didn't read it. Black and chartreuse and white seems to be everyone's favorite for second lay here. I also catch lots of them on white, silver, shiny
heinies. Those are good ones.
That's Chad. He's the shiny honey guy.
A lot of skipjack guys use shiny heinies, don't they?
They do. They use them a lot. SK says, I don't have any confidence in a certain color. I do have confidence that if I change enough colors, I'll find what the crappie wants. And that's the key to it. SK's hit it right dead between the eyes. You got to find what they want, not what you want to use.
If I've learned anything from watching his videos, it's that. And I've kind of had, everybody, you get out there on the water and you want to make things happen. It'll cause you to get lazy, believe it or not wanting to tie a jig. You'd rather have your bait in the water longer. But if I've learned anything, it's that. Change it until you find what's working. And when a panfish, whether it's a crappie, perch, or bluegills, if they're there and you got the right combination or you got what they wanted, they're going to bite right away. Don't waste your time is what I'm starting to learn.
Matt is on you tonight. He says, don't give them to Mark. He gets too much already from his dad. You have other kids too.
You know what? This is such a great show. I don't think anybody's had it been timed out until tonight.
Mo Creek says, with friends like Lyle and Mark, don't need no enemies. We're just trying to help you out, man, because we love you.
Uh-huh. But he's picking on me tonight. What's in the air?
Lyle, those are what I was talking about, the 5mm. Yeah. I didn't know Alicia was a crappie fisher lady.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Alicia. How you doing, dear?
Glad that she is. Freddie, you had the chance to make a lot of money tonight, and all you had to do was eat some of that. Well, I don't know what it is, but you could have made about $250. I was egging you on. Cindy walks back here and she said, "Would you have ate it for that?" And I said, "Hell no."
No, I wouldn't have ate it either. Somebody screenshot that for me, please.
Chad loves shiny heinies. Yeah, I'm thinking we got to have that. Oh, man. Parker says crappie got to be the finicky of fish sometimes. And sometimes they are. Yeah, I agree. Papa Ed says use a bobber with 1/80th, 100th ounce. Double them up about a foot apart.
I'm going to need stronger glasses to tie those on.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that you're probably going to want to put a drop shot rig or something similar to that with a weight on the bottom because, my God, it'll take forever for them things to get down very far.
I tie what I call a river rig when I'm fishing small baits, and I'll put a larger jig at the bottom, and I'll tie two jigs on there with the smaller one on a dropper loop knot, like maybe a foot up above. That's where the new loop knot happens, and that bigger jig will get that bait down there, and the light one will trail behind it real slow.
Alicia says, I kept wondering if the money would make you cave. I guess she's talking to Freddie. I thought it would. I thought he'd go for it. But no. Frank says, watermelon, transparent and natural color seems to be my go-to in clear water, and bright colors or black in the darker stained and muddy water.
You know, I want to comment on that. I was always a firm believer in that until I used some of those pink jigs and some really, really clear water, or not even pink, but like this color, I believe it's called disco gold that I get from brush pile jigs, and I'm getting fish in gin clear water on that sparkly gold plastic. It's ridiculous. You would never think, but one day I was like, well, they're there. I know they're there because I'm getting short hits. I put one of them on there and they were just destroying them. I don't know what it was or why, but it must have matched the hatch somehow.
Yeah. Chad says, Creole, can you ask Dee if I can go to Walmart, and if they have them, I'll buy every one they have. But only if Dee says it's okay.
Dee just bought him a 12-inch fish finder. I don't think she's going to say
I'm kind of mad at him about that. I appreciate Dee being such a great wife that she done that. That's awesome of her to do that. But, oh, man. Holy crap. Fish in the Mid-South says, I bought 48 shiny heinies during the Black Friday sale. That's a ton of shiny heinies. You're going to have to share some of them with Chad. He loves a good shiny heiny. Alicia says, I'm more of a crappie angler than a catfisherman. Crappie fishing since I was crawling. That's awesome, man. Glad of that.
And I've seen her catch crappie and bluegill during the tournaments, too. She does real good on her bait rods, always.
Cool. I know how you almost had me agreeing. Freddie, we was working on it. By the way, for those of you that don't know, I do a show on Monday night called Catfish Weekly, followed by Mark with Catfish and Crappie Podcast. And my guest this week and co-host will be none other than Freddie Beck from Outdoor Adventures. So you're going to make sure you tune in, give us a like, a share, And subscribe if you haven't, because we're going to have a lot of fun with Freddie.
Freddie can bring over some of his leftover bait. Maybe we can talk him into it on Catfish Weekly.
You know, if he shows up with that Team Catfish stuff, we're going to try it again. You just never know. Parker Pursuit says, Chad, I know you love shiny heinies. Always bringing up the one from Mendota.
That sounds kind of personal. We don't want to get into the family show.
Yeah, that's right. Dave Smith says, I knew it tastes like chicken was going to work with Freddie. Dave Smith had a birthday this week. Happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday, David.
Hey, Becca, how you been? Says, I've been listening and haven't been in chat. Hi, y'all. We're glad to see you back in here, kiddo. I'm assuming you've been kind of busy, but we miss seeing you in chat.
Absolutely.
Fishing Mid-South says, Lyle, do you crappie fish the Mississippi River? I do not for crappie. I got Palm de Terre Lake right here and Lake of the Ozarks and Truman, and they're all jam-packed with crappie. And that's where I'm going to spend my time crappie fishing is right there. But I got to leave the bluegill alone so I can catch the crappie.
There you go. Now, if you want to see someone catching big crappie on the Mississippi River, he won't tell you he's on the Mississippi River. But Stu from Total Angling Experience, he's a great dude. Yeah. Go watch some of his crappie videos. That's the backwaters of the Mississippi, and he gets on some monsters, doesn't he, Lyle?
He does. And Stu is a super guy, too. He really is. He's really knowledgeable about trapping. In fact, that's a lot of his viewers on his original channel was trapping people. And he kills it, man. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, you need to check him out.
I nominated him for Boat of the Year, that one that he built. That thing's a beast. That thing's a 25-foot fishing machine. It might not look as fancy as everybody else, but if you take a deep dive in some of his videos about that boat, you'll understand exactly why I think that.
You can go back and watch the entire build.
Yep.
It's really cool. Mike Chavez, have a great night at work. Thanks so much for joining us.
Be safe, Mike. Have a fast night at work, let's say.
He works on big ships and stuff.
He does.
Yeah. Nope. Gonna dump all my leftovers in the water after the turn so you can't Freddie, that ain't no good.
I'm gonna say something here. Freddie mentioned that he's gonna get some shrimp, or he got some shrimp from Walmart. I hope you got the cooked shrimp and you got a jar of cocktail sauce to go with them. Because when we're perch fishing here downtown, that's one of the things we do. We buy the cooked shrimp and we'll have shrimp cocktail while we're fishing out there.
Wow.
But it works. It's kind of fun.
Fishing with the Chad says, no worries, Miss Becca. Totally understand not chatting with them hooligans. Who's he calling a hooligan?
Them other guys, not us.
Oh, I'm hoping you're right about that. James Kirkpatrick says, have a good night at work, Mr. Chavez. James and Lizabella was on your show Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to tell you, they was great guests. I enjoyed that show about as much as any I've seen in a while.
Back-to-back shows. I had that Ask Me Anything with the Masterclass series with you on there the week before.
That was a good show.
That was a really good, fun show for me. James and Isabella were a really good, fun show for me. I had Luke Hedges on there the week before. I'm smacking it out of the park. And now this week I got to figure out what to do on Monday. So we'll see what happens. I don't know how I'm going to follow up those 3 great shows this week, but I think we can figure something out.
I got a private message that says your son is rude. He timed me out. A-hole. I can tell he's adopted.
Oh, boy.
I would have never believed when I was in school, my mother worked in the high school, and half of my buddies called her mom when they went through the line, and it kind of went on like that. And it always had kids at our house and hot rod cars in our garage and stuff like that. I never thought I would be that guy, but here I am enjoying it, and Cindy does too. But I'd adopt all you guys if I could afford to.
You know, we all are old enough to have our own jobs, Lyle.
I know you are, but it ain't the same.
Okay. As long as she's got cinnamon rolls for all of us except Chad and Matt. Matt's on the no cinnamon roll list, as far as I'm concerned. He keeps giving me grief.
Oh, Jay's catfishing. Welcome to the chat.
What's going on, Jay? How you doing, bud?
There's V3 Customs Kentucky.
Hey, Van. What's going on, bud?
Buck Williams. See what Kelly says. I'm doing a couple series on my show with Hooks and Hammock this week. And as my guest, if you can push it, please. There you go. Backwoods. Where'd he go? Evan's talking about backwoods mindset. That must
I think they're is that I think he's had him on his show. I know he does some live feeds. I think people are making recommendations for Monday's show.
Matt says he's closer to them than you, Mark. Matt just lives down in Arkansas a little ways. It's not just like it's over the hill or anything. It's quite a little drive, but he lives in a beautiful area down there. I've not been to his house or anything, but I know the area that he lives in and the waters that he fishes in. That whole area of northern Arkansas is just gorgeous down there. Backwoods water mindset. There they are. Hey, avid fisherman and Art from the 1 Ton Fishing Club.
What's going on, Art? What's going on, Backwoods? There we go. That's what he was doing.
I'm guessing that if Art would have been on Chad's show tonight and somebody shelled out a couple $100, he'd have probably ate that fiber nugget. I mean, he ate it bad.
J-Dog would have done it if someone asked him nicely.
J-Dog would have done it for free. Let's just be honest about it. But I'm pretty sure Art would have took one for that kind of money. Oh man, I'm not sure where I'm at now. I've kind of lost track. Twisted Fishing says, "Good grief."
See, Art knows what's going on. He says, "Heck yeah, I do it for an Abu Garcia."
Heck yeah, man.
I've seen Art eat shad though before too. Yeah. I've had a couple of shad scales on a breakfast bagel. I double check them now.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not going to do that again.
I've had shad scale or skipjack scales, and they're a little bit bigger. But yeah, I'm not interested in none of that. I don't care how much money's involved. But they're just nasty. But I think J-Dog would eat anything. I really do. Freddie says, geez, I'll rub it in my face more. I was so close to say, damn, another 20 would have probably got him.
Well, next time he's going to have to think about it.
Yeah, no kidding. You never know when next time could be. Lyle, you're going to have to try and tie one of those small jigs. I have been tying up some little teeny weeny ones. I'm guessing they're probably 3/4 to 1 inch, and they have 4 little fingers that come off of them and sit there and wiggle in the water underneath of them. So I've been working on some stuff like that. We'll see how they work out. There's a new name right there, but I'm thinking that might be somebody we don't want in here. So whoever the mods are, keep an eye on that one because I can't understand what they're saying there.
Yeah, that's a link they're posting, so I'll get rid of that person.
Okay. You know, we kind of got off topic. I fish mostly with hand ties, and we do use some worms once in a while. But I'm anxious to try some of these plastics, and I'll tell you why, Mark. The action on them is unreal. Now, if they move as much in the water as they do in my hand when I'm just sitting here holding them, I don't know how fish could resist them. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I've had fish resist lots of stuff.
Well, I understand that, but I mean these plastics, they got some action to them and some movement, and if you tip them with something that's got a little smell on it, uh, you ought to be able to just catch at least catch bluegill. I mean, holy crap!
Yeah, we got another spammer in there. I took care of her or
Oh,
him.
good. Thank you so much because I didn't see that one.
Yeah, mods, if you see anybody with like a dot in their comments, that's just a link they're trying to share. That's a bot. So
Yeah,
and
we
they
don't
keep
need
coming
any of that.
back. So we'll make sure that we get Lyle to turn on the subscriber only option on next week's show, so we won't have this problem.
Yeah, that's what we'll have to do. Yeah, because I don't want none of that.
Avid's on the job.
Hey, good. Thank you, Evan. Freddy's Outdoor Adventure says if it would have got to 280, I'm gonna do it.
You had a
Oh,
chance to name your price, and
yeah.
you'd
All
have
you had to
gotten.
do was say. I mean, I could have coughed up another 20 to watch you do that. Becca says just for your information, whenever you see Void, that's a bot trying to spam you to a inappropriate site. Thank you, Becca. Let me check something here. Becca's, yeah, she's a mod. I thought so. Her and Alicia both are. Cindy is. You are. We got Chad is. Subscriber
Avid
only
is.
chat is wonderful. Abbott is, yeah. We've got a bunch of good chats, and we've talked about this before. Um, we're very selective about mods, and it's some people make everybody mods, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. But I want people that will do they have a certain jobs to do. If somebody like that is in here, and them's the kind of people I want, because other people like me, I did not know that was a spamming bot. I did not know that, and it seems like everybody else knew it, but I didn't. Uh, but the kind of people that know that thing is who I want, and that's why we have selected the ones we needed to. Y'all deleted an inappropriate link. Well, now that's what I will do with my evening.
What will I do with my evening?
Oh.
Turner Fishing, welcome. How you doing?
Turner Fishing. We was just talking about your plastics that I have that I got from you. We'll pull them back out since he's in here. Stephen, thank you so much for coming in chat.
Yeah, that's what we do. Don't.
What's that?
I was just talking to SK. SK, yeah, that's what we're doing. We're hiding those users, so we'll block the commenter.
Yep.
But they just came right back in.
I have a green screen, so you can't really see them. But if you get a chance, go check Stephen Turner out. Crappie Man Jigs. You can buy the plastics from them right off their website or their Facebook page.
He was a guest on our show. He is the man when it comes to finesse fishing.
Oh, yeah. He really is.
Definitely.
Hey, Kim Burnett has joined us.
Welcome, Kim. How you doing? We were just talking about how you don't use crappie nibbles and how SK uses crappie nibbles. And then SK said something that you might want to talk to him about. I don't want to put a wedge in your friendship between you two.
Put a Walker outdoors. Watched a video recently. Said 40%.
Lyle, I'm going to answer this question for him. No, okay. Matt. No.
You guys. Watched the video recently. Said 40% of the people on the internet is actually a bot. Wow, that's a high percentage. Aha, you know that green when it deletes it. That's that green screen. But man, I love the pictures that Mark took of his underground video camera, and he gave me one that's got bluegill and one that's got crappie, and I've been using them. I know I've been kind of shying away from the image that he created for me as a background with all the people in it. But man, I'm telling you, if you don't like them background images that he sent me that I'm using tonight, that's an amazing picture. And this was underneath a dock at a place he fishes. So, hey, Christian.
And Kim Burnett says to each their own, exactly. Whatever works for you.
That's right. Kim's been on the fish too, man.
3B's in the house. What's up, 3B's? How you doing?
Heck yeah. Kim Burnett's been on the fish, and it's been cold, but it's warm now. We had 70 degrees today. Going to have 70 degrees tomorrow, but I can't go. We got a Christmas dinner for Cindy's family Saturday, so we're going to be getting stuff ready to head up there Saturday tomorrow. But look out Monday, Tuesday. It's going to be high 60s again. If the wind's not blowing 900 miles an hour like it was today, Mark, that I had to put a hot water heater in the other day.
You did? How'd that go?
Well, I tell you, I had I'd never done one, and I started doing it, and my neighbor come over, and he'd done a whole bunch of them. He's very familiar with it, and he basically just took over and done it, and we got the old one out and the new one in, and I got up this morning and had a couple spots leaking on some of the lines where they didn't get tightened up enough, and I'm thinking, well, instead of doing that, we're just going to cut them off, put new pieces in. That's what we done. We got hot water again, no leaks, no runs, no drips, no airs, and I'm happy about that. But great neighbor. Really, he was a great deal, and I tried to pay him, and he wouldn't take nothing, and that's what good neighbors do, I guess. But he was just a super nice guy.
It's good to have neighbors like that. It's good to have friends. Yeah. And, you got to offer that in return, as I'm sure you do, and we all do. But
yep. Steven says, been catching limits, 5 foot of water down here in South Carolina.
Man,
That's awesome, man.
I wonder what the weather is down there. I can tell you right now, it's not, 40 degrees. We're having a warm spell here.
Yeah, you get a lot colder up there. I seen that. Mark Anthony said Danimal, so I'm guessing Dan is in the house.
Dan is in here. How you doing, Dan?
Okay, I didn't see him, but I want to holler. There's Alan Pershaw.
There's Fish and Freedom.
There's Danimal Creations and Adventures.
Luther Harlow. Man, they're starting to come back in.
Hey, we'll stay on a little while if you ain't got nothing else to do. Buck Williams. I mean, I'm having a good time.
I always have a good time.
Yeah. We still got 55 people watching us. Mid-South Mark is the Baconator.
Okay. That's not a bad thing.
No, okay, I keep hitting the wrong button, but yeah, that's funny. Carping Down Under, welcome, says Bullock. I am cooking T-bones tonight, thanks to you. Oh, man. T-bones.
I like T-bones.
Yeah, I do too.
I like ribeyes.
I was going to say ribeyes. I kind of like them too.
New York strips.
Yep. Is Chrissy Brown in the house?
I didn't see her, but if you're watching, there's Chrissy right there. How you doing, Chrissy?
Sweet. Glad to see her in here. Chrissy, I'm hoping you're feeling better. I've been seeing a lot more of you online than I did for a while because I know you wasn't feeling well. So I'm hoping you're feeling a lot better. There's Mike Urban. Man, T-bones got me thinking about food. And you know what goes good with T-bones, don't you? A strip of bacon wrapped all the way around the outside of it.
Everything. I was going to say, with it, before it, maybe a glass of whiskey, but we'll talk about that later.
Or some
baked potato, some au gratin potato. Oh, stop it, Lyle.
Oh man, we got to get Kim Burnett, Eric Massey, and a bunch of these guys that are wanting us to go back to doing some Saturday night jig time. We got to get on that, Mark. But I really think we need to kind of make it through the holidays and get that.
I'm ready.
You are ready. I have a box. I don't know. It's a 37.
Squirrels around here match my goatee a little more than this squirrel tail does.
Well, you could always dye your goatee to match the squirrel tail.
I could. That would be quite stylish. And then people would claim I'm trying to hide my age, and I'm not.
I have a 3700 series Plano box, and it's got like 1.5 inch dividers in it, and it's all loaded up with different squirrel tail jigs. I kind of like the squirrel tail. They got pretty good action on them. You can put a little flash on them. They're easy to do, and the squirrel tail fur or hair rolls around on your jig pretty well. So they tie up pretty nice.
So what kind of squirrels are these, Lyle?
Them are grays.
They're gray.
Kimbernet's got some red squirrel tails, and I don't have any reds down here. All I have is grays.
I'm not sure if we have the fox or the reds here.
Well, the fox.
The ones we have here, the tails are like twice the size of these.
Yeah, them's a big.
And they're literally like the shade of my goatee. So
Matt says, I want to join your tying, Lyle, so I can learn. We have a video message first to get the basics. Yes, sir, we'll do that. Be happy to help you any way I can. The tying of the jigs is just fun, but anybody that is part of that, it is extremely addictive. If you don't think it isn't, just ask Mo Creek. He'll tell you so. James Dockery, Chad, Mark. I can give you a list. They all blame me for it, but it is fun. It's a lot of fun. And there's a lot worse things than you can do besides sitting around at night tying up jigs. But they don't give the stuff away. And right now, a lot of the products and things that we need, if you don't have a back stock like Kimbernet's got, if you run out, it's a little hard to get right now.
Limit's got some stuff. I seen he posted some supplies that he had in stock. So
well, Steve got some going on.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, Steve with Limits Tackle does the show with Kimbernet and SK on Wednesday nights, and Steve has got a lot of quality products at very reasonable prices. Look him up on Facebook at Limits Tackle and tell him what you want. If he's got it, he'll give you a deal on it. If he don't have it, he'll probably get it for you or tell you where you can get it. But he's got a lot of panfish stuff as far as jigs, hand ties, plastics. Oh my God, what else is he's got everything. He can sell you. He can sell you a new Garmin if you want.
Yeah, he'll sell you a Garmin if you want. I think he'll even sell you a Humminbird.
A bird, Lowrance, it doesn't make any difference.
But Steve's a baller when it comes to electronics on a boat. He makes all of us look bad.
Yeah, he knows his stuff. He really does. Him and SK, and they got it going on, and they got Kim in there, and Kim gives away jigs, hand ties every week on that show. So if you want a Kimbernet jig tie, if you're feeling lucky.
Or plastics. He's going to have his 12 days of Christmas right before the holiday where he's going to be giving stuff away.
He's going to do that. Yeah, so that'd be a lot of fun. It's a great show. Comes on at 9:00 Central Time on Wednesday nights. They're usually on for a couple hours, and it's an awesome show. It really is. I enjoy them guys so much. They got a guy named Bluegill. He's funny as can be. He works a lot. I think he works for a training company, but catches a lot of fish. Him and SK fish together. They're just a great bunch of guys. And
I think he even took care of a raccoon problem in his backyard during one of those shows, if I remember correctly.
He did. It's all mine.
What's up, Michelle?
Sauteed peppers, onions, and mushrooms, brown butter sauce, roasted cauliflower, maple glaze, sweet potatoes, and caramelized onions.
I think she's talking about what goes good with a T-bone.
I'm thinking you're right.
I'm thinking she's right.
Yeah. Okay, Dee, thank you so much for joining us.
Good night, Dee.
Appreciate you having you in here. There, Alicia shared that out. Limits Tackle on Facebook. Thank you, Alicia. Appreciate that. I guess that one's probably a spammer too. I don't know. You guys know more about that than I do.
That is.
I thought it must be.
Looks like somebody hit him already.
Yeah. Hey, you know what, Mark? Let me see if I can find it here. I have a package of hand ties. There's 4 in here.
Uh-huh.
Let me get on the right screen. They're black and chartreuse. I know that you can't tell that they're chartreuse. One black head, 3 chartreuse heads. A couple of the heads, one of them is a little deformed. These are ones that I was just saving to put in my box.
Are you going to give those away tonight?
I'm thinking so. What do you think?
I think you should. Let me know right before you put the hashtag up so I can time out Matt.
Oh, mercy. I think we'll just give them away because we have got some really awesome people that watch our show, and I think they deserve it. What do you think?
I think so too.
I
got to highlight this one. Did you know that Tom LG Bass is going to build Michelle a new kitchen?
I did not know that.
I don't think he does either.
He does now. He does now. Let me see if I can screen share this so you guys can get it all ready. And
just make sure you put one of those acceptable hashtags on there this time, Lyle.
Well, I hope it is. Nope, it's not that one. How about that one? How about that? Will that work?
Let's take a look. I was taking care of a message. That apparently it works. It's in there. So
there you go. Yeah, Kim Burnett says, I'll do one, Lyle, a pack of 4 of my choice. Kim, thank you so much.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. We got to get Kim back on here one of these days. Kim is one of the premier jig tiers. I tie a lot of jigs. I tie a lot of jigs, but I don't tie near as many as Kim does. And he's a world-renowned jig tire and fly tires. He doesn't just tie jigs. He ties flies and all kinds of stuff, and he's won every competition I think there is to win. Besides that, he's a super nice guy. And one of these days, he's going to be down at Truman Lake. And if everything goes right, him and I are going to get to go fishing together. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to enjoy that as much as anything.
I'm on that list. I don't want to get down there and fish at Truman Lake. Hopefully, I'll let you guys know when I'm heading down.
You know what? I remember last year you was wanting to catch a blue cat really bad.
Uh-huh.
I said, come on down. I'll take you up to Truman and we'll catch one.
Here we go.
You never made it.
I thought you were lying to me.
Why would I do that?
Now listen. Now we both know
that hashtag don't work, Lyle. It won't accept entries.
Okay. See, I told you. Now we know what my dear sister Betty is, and how she won't take no for an answer.
Right.
How do you think I ended up in Ohio?
I'm guessing that was probably it.
Exactly.
Let's try this again.
Didn't you spell it with a G one time and it worked? I mean, with a Z?
Let's try this. I don't know all the things that you can and can't do and what people think are bad and not, because the things that they're saying is bad now was not when I grew up. How about bait show?
That'll work.
Maybe that'll get it. Let's try that, folks. Sorry. When you get to be 64 years old, you forget about things that, well, you don't care. Let's just be honest about it.
Yeah, I get it. I want the people in chat to know how much I love each and every one of them. I'm not even going to enter in this to give them a better chance to win. How about that?
That's pretty nice, yeah.
No, I'm sorry I said that.
What, Kelly or Matt say something to you?
No, I'm just giving people a business.
We have so much fun doing this show.
Absolutely.
If you guys enjoy the show as much as we enjoy bringing it to you, please like and subscribe. We need to get to 1,000 so we can get our name at the top of the thing for Google to help us draw more people into it. And the only way that we can do that is if we get more subscribers. And once we get to 1,000, the milestone is over from that point on, and it will make it easier for us to get to the top of them pages, because we really do like doing this. It's a lot of fun, gives us something to do on Thursday night, especially in the wintertime. So if you like our content, go ahead and do that, and we'd appreciate it very much. Still works, Jeremy. I'm trying to keep up with this, but I haven't been watching. There's Kevin Baker, Nuts and Bolts. Kevin Baker won a rod from me that I took out and give away at James Smith's tournament earlier this year. I hope that he's enjoying that. It was kind of a chartreuse green rod. I told you
telling me about that and how much you enjoyed getting that from you, Lyle.
Well, I'm glad. You give me a reel that you wasn't using, a spinning reel, and I like spinning stuff. And I finally, after all this time, that was back in the spring or maybe last winter, I finally finished the rod for it. I got to put decals on it, but the rod's built now. And I'm going to be putting that on. And once I get done, I'm going to make a video about that. But who knows when I'll get the decals on it at this point.
Yeah, I think Christian Gallardo says he's got a group, Panfish Plastics Nations. I think he said he's going to push the show. So thank you.
Thank you so much. We have a good time. And like I say, I hope that everybody that's in here enjoys watching it and participating in chat as much as Mark and I bring it to you, because we really do enjoy it. And I'm so comfortable with Mark that if something happens and I don't feel good one night, I can just let him do it, and I can sit here and watch or whatever.
Oh, all bets are off then, folks. It'll be Bacon Nation for an hour straight.
How many we got in there, Mark? We got 27.
I think we're good. It kind of stayed at 27 for a few minutes. So
all right, then let's go ahead and do the draw.
Lock and load.
Here we go.
Hey, what's going on, John Parker? How you doing, bud? Freddy's Outdoor Adventures.
You know what? I think that's only fair because this is the most fair way to do them that we've ever had. This tool that they give us on StreamYard. But I've got all these things that Freddie has given me and sent me, and I think it would be cool for him to use these jigs and tell me how he likes them, because he's plumb out there on the East Coast where they got that weirdo time. And for those of you that didn't catch it, Freddie will be co-hosting and my guest on Catfish Weekly Monday night. So be sure to tune in for that. Big Bill, veteran catfishing. That's Bill Ponshot, if I am correct, which is Chad's buddy. And Bill, we're always glad to see you in here. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. And James Kirkpatrick is wishing Mr. Freddie congratulations. So that all worked out good. I just can't get over how great a guest they was on your show the other day. Super nice guy. Real-time catfishing. John Parker, thank you so much for joining in here tonight. We're glad to see you. I also have a show coming up with John and his lovely wife that will be, the 20th of December. They will be on Catfish Weekly. So we're going to have a lot of fun with John and his wife. So
I understand. John just made it to 1K as well. Let's say congratulations to John.
Absolutely. That's a milestone. Yeah.
You know, Dana's why that got to 1,000, right? So quick.
Absolutely. She is the I don't know which one of them catches the most fish, but she is a very pleasant lady. Not that John isn't pleasant, but well, lady, guy, gal.
You want to do one more quick giveaway for those Kim Burnett jigs?
I do. Let me change the.
You can just draw again on that too, right, Lyle?
Can we?
You can.
Then.
And people can actually enter it and keep entering after you've done the one draw.
Okay, so what do you say we give them a minute to redo There's people that haven't done it, and let me see if I can get this. I don't know how I can go about doing it. Whoop! Now I lost it, so we're gonna have to start over.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah, giveaway tool.
You could put
there.
Kim B in there, or
Yep.
wait, Crappie Stopper. Isn't that the name of Kim's jig company?
That's it.
And if Chad, if you're still awake, buddy, I need to talk to you after the show about something.
He's probably already asleep. I hope I spelt that right. Kim, don't be mad at me if I didn't get it right.
Keith Smart, if somebody could let him know in chat that I think he's behind because he just entered in a bait shop for an entry. So
I think I needed an extra P in there, but I'm not sure. I think it's two
P's. Yep.
But I didn't get it, so that's what it is.
Crappie Stopper with 1 P. Crappie Stopper jigs.
Yep. Kim will probably beat me when he sees me, but it is what it is. Thanks again, Kim. We appreciate so much that you donated these jigs to give away, because whoever wins them are getting a treat. They really are. And these are jigs of his choice, so but you'll like them, I promise. Real and virtual outdoors. I think that's a new one for us, isn't it, Mark?
It's a gentleman I know from Facebook. Definitely, he had contacted me, giving me some crappie tips a couple of weeks back. Oh yeah,
good deal.
He also has his channel out there where he does all sorts of stuff.
Oh, cool. Well, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it very much.
Puddle Walker Outdoors. What's going on? Robert Andrews. I don't know if we said hello to Robert. How you doing, Robert?
I'm glad to have him in here tonight.
Freddie getting in on the action. Everybody wants some of those Kimbernet jigs, and I can't say I blame you. Good stuff.
I don't know. And one thing about this StreamYard giveaway tool, if it randomly pulls your name up more than once a night, so be it. There's nothing we can do about that, because this is all done through a program, and it's the most fair way that I've found to do this. Even though I think the random.org way was fair, this is so much easier for us to do.
It's very transparent. So, and I've seen people win multiple times in a night on some of those longer tournaments and stuff.
I have too. I think it happened on one of SK shows here a while back.
I don't recall that, but I do recall it happening on I think one of Kevin's or even on some of Becca's stuff. So, and remember, people, it's hashtag Crappie Stopper with 1 P jigs, all one word.
Only because I misspelled it. Freddie says it was only fair I won Lyle's jigs because he picked on me a lot tonight. Freddie, don't forget you'll need to send me your address. I know I got it somewhere, but it's a lot easier if you just send it to me again. And the winner of this, which we're going to draw for in just a minute, will need to contact Kimbernet on Facebook. You can just message him, and he will ship those right out to you.
Let me see if I can get an address for the people real quick.
Okay.
He usually gives out his email address, but let me share out his link in the chat here. Okay. I'll spell it right, though, this time.
I'm sure you will. See there, Matt, it's not just you. He gets on me, too. But I have to say, Fishing with the Squirrel, welcome, buddy. I kind of had it coming. If you mess up, you got to own it. And I did.
There's Kim's page on Facebook, people. I just shared the link, and he is on Instagram as well. So you can probably find him there as well.
Yeah. And you'll love these jigs. What do you say we draw for him, Mark?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
breaks my heart not to see my icon go by there.
I understand. Crappie Day Fish on.
There you go.
Burnett, you're going to love those jigs. They're awesome. And not a better person in the fishing industry than Kim Burnett. You'll enjoy your jigs that you want from him. He's the greatest guy there is. So,
Crappie Day, I did post a link in the chat. You'll see Crappie Stopper Jigs on Facebook. Contact him here. I don't think Crappie Day's on there. So, Kim, if you're here, maybe post your email address on Crappie Day. Let me know if you are on Facebook or not.
And Kim, thanks again. It means the world to me that, and Mark, that you would give away some of your quality products here on our show. It's just awesome. And when we get this thing rolling and do some more Saturday night stuff, I'll give you a holler because, man, it's awesome when you join us on them shows. He said, I did.
All right. Thank you, Kim. Oh, he did post it up there. I guess it's up top, huh?
Okay.
Okay.
So, Crappie Day Fish on. We can stop sharing that. We're running on about an hour, 23 minutes, Mark. You got any closing statements or anything you'd like to talk about before we cut out?
No, just tune in to obviously the usual suspects. We'll see you guys on Monday night. Next week on Panfish Nation, I may be fishing from the great city of Milwaukee. I don't know yet. We'll let you know, Lyle, though.
Okay.
We'll have a guest, and I'll just try to do it live.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know what Milwaukee means? I was going to say, you know what Milwaukee means, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You was going
Burba.
I couldn't resist that. But you know what? You had a great show with that last year, and you're telling me that they're great eating fish.
They are.
So that's awesome. If you get a chance to go live from there, we'll do that. What about, did we ever get anything worked out on the other project we was working on?
No, that's why I was hoping to talk to Chad tonight.
Okay. All right. We'll wait to do that. We got something we're working on coming up. Yeah, Matt, you'll want to get a hold of Kim. I'm quite sure you will, about stuff like that. He have information for help you out with that. Kim Burnett, thank you again for donating some of your jigs tonight. We appreciate it so very much. You're the man. We appreciate it. I don't have anything else going on except to tune in for Freddie and I on Monday night, Catfish Weekly, and Mark will follow us with the Catfish and Crappie podcast. And then we'll be back next Thursday night. Mark may be live from Milwaukee.
We'll see if we can get out there, depending on the weather and stuff. So hopefully it's ice. Hopefully it's really, really cold, because the colder it is, the better the fishing it is up there.
Cindy and I are going to try to go out this week coming up. We're going to have some high 60-degree weather. We was going to go today. We had a little trouble with the water heater lines, and we was going to go tomorrow, but we got to get ready to go for a Christmas dinner with her family and the family first. That's something that we always try to remember. So maybe this week we'll get to go out. Not sure if we'll go live, but if not, we're going to do some recording stuff. I didn't get to talk about the thing that I wanted to, is a live bait well that I'm going to do a video on that I have built. I had a guy that told me that he was going to give me one that he built. He wanted me to have one of his bait tanks in my boat. Mine come with two small ones. They was like 2.5 or 5 gallon live bait things, one in the front, one in the back, and the one in the back we took out. The one in the front wasn't big enough for nothing, so I was waiting on this guy for 2 years to send me one. He didn't, so I finally made one on my own after I sold a 30-gallon one that I had because I was supposed to get one. So I didn't have one, so I made one, and that is something that we're going to talk about, and I'll get a video shot of that and show everybody how I done it. It will plumb right into the regular plumbing on the boat. I'm anxious to get it out and try it. It's going to be, if everything works out like I'm thinking it is, for minnows and a small amount of maybe shad or something like that to keep them live. It's going to be really cool. So it's all plumbed up and ready to go. I just got to put some hose clamps on it and finish her off. But
awesome.
It very cheap, inexpensive fix for people that's wanting to put a live bait tank in their boat.
That'll make for a great video. I look forward to seeing it.
I think it will. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you next week right here on Panfish Nation.
Bye-bye, guys.